Hi, I wanted to welcome you to this video. In here, I want to just give you a quick visual and I guess verbal description of what we're gonna be doing for our project. So I'm broadcasting to you from Puerto Vallarta. Not really. This is actually just the background. I'm just at home, but it is a happy memory for me. So I'm going to share my screen here and kind of just walk you through what we're going to be doing for this project. Okay, so you can find the information about your project under the project block here. But also don't worry, it's also going to be appearing on the calendar. Whenever something from the project is due, you can find it on the calendar at all times. So if we go under part one, the first things that we do, and the first thing you need to read through is the project. This is where I give you the information about what we're going to be doing, kind of the big picture thing. So you want to click on that and read that. The first thing we're going to do is, as a class, we're going to collect a sample of 10. Each one of us is going to be responsible for collecting 10 random people, basically, who will take our survey of about 12 questions. So how you want to do that is up to you. And in fact, the first part here that's due, after we cover module 3, where we talk about sampling, you're going to submit to me a sampling strategy, meaning you're going to look at the different strategies we talked about in module 2, and you're going to reply back with, hey, this is how I am going to collect a random sample of 10 people. Now, you can do this by going to a grocery store, standing near the entrance, and talking to every other person, right? Those are things that people have, strategies that they have used. Okay, great. So we combined a couple of things. Number one, we went to a place that most people go to, right? Eventually, they'll go to a grocery store. And we're using a systematic approach to doing that because we're talking to every other person, right? Or maybe it's every third person that comes by. And they do that for 10 people till they get 10 people. So the important part is to put in things that are random. Whether you're going to do it through social media, you can do that. What I recommend with social media, because we want to avoid volunteer response bias, so if you're going to do it through social media, find a systematic way that you're going to select people. You're going to send them a message or something of that sort that they can reply to. So you're going to say, hey, so-and-so, would you mind participating? You were chosen for an important survey for my class, and it would really help me out if you could just take 5 minutes to do this. If you give them some sort of like plea, as we talked about, that helps us to overcome just the danger of volunteer response bias. Volunteer response bias, the danger of that really comes when we just throw out a general ask to a large population and we just wait for people to select themselves for our survey versus actually asking people to participate. So that is our sampling strategy. You're going to do that first. And again, that due date appears on your calendar. Here's the info, and if you click that link, it'll take you into this link where you are going to just reply to my message here with your strategy, okay? The second link that will appear is your submission of your collected data. So once I've given you the green light, I said, okay, great, sounds good. Then you can move on to the next one, which is actually collecting the data. So here is the survey questions we're going to ask. All of us are asking the same questions. And then here is a template for submitting your data. So when you, if I open this up, and I may have to switch things here, depending on what you're able to see. This is a spreadsheet in which you will input your data. I don't think you can see this. Okay, so I'm just going to skip over it. But this is where you're going to fill in the data. And let me go back to your screen, which is right here. Once you've submitted that data, then you're going to just attach it as a file in here, right? So you just reply to this with your file. Okay, once we've done that, then we go into part two. Part two, I'm going to assign you two variables. So these, again, appear on the calendar once I've put them all together. Sheet. I put the spreadsheet here, and then I put who's analyzing what here. You will be assigned two variables. One is quantitative and the other is categorical. And you're going to write a report on that, describing that data. Once you put it together, there's going to be a lot of responses. Sometimes I'll have more than one section. And so with everybody turning in 10, we could end up with 400 different data values. So all that data is here in this spreadsheet. And so you're going to take that data, you're going to do stuff with it. And if you go under the project criteria, this is what I'm going to be grading you on. I'll give you a point-by-point thing of what you're going to be doing for part 2 and part 3. Part 3 comes later, but what you're going to do for part 2 right now. And all the stuff that you need to make sure you're included. So follow this and make sure you include all that. Here's an example of somebody's project. And then here's some Excel links for you. These also download into a file that'll load to your computer, so you can open that up. But there are live links in there to videos that can help you use Excel for some of the stuff here. At any rate, here's what you need to do. Criteria to be used. Here's an example. So if you want to look at somebody's, just go, okay, I get an idea of what this is supposed to look like. And then here's some links that can help you with Excel, because you'll want to create some graphs and such. Basically, the point of this, let me just give you the overall, is for you to do analysis on it, for you to make observations about what you're seeing as far as trends, both in your quantitative and categorical things. You're going to create tables, you're going to organize the data, and you're going to present it. What are we learning about this? What are the numbers that I get from this? Like if, we're analyzing quantitative data, we need to get the numbers that help us know something about it, right? The descriptive part. So this is a descriptive statistics project that you'll be turning in. Once I assign you the variables and give you the master spreadsheet, I try to put it out about 3 weeks, and you'll see it on the calendar. So like here's the variable assignment, the pilot spreadsheet. Here's when your project's going to be due, that Monday. Okay. And then we go to part 3. Part 3 will not be till the end when we've learned all the statistics. So you'll be turning this in around the same week that you're taking your 4th test, the final test. And again, this is just a repeat of the same sheet. And then here's where you put it. Here's some examples of the things of 2 people's projects. And anyway, this is a description. All right, so that's your project. The whole point of this project is for us to take all the stuff we've learned and to kind of put it together into a analysis, and then finally a hypothesis test combined with confidence intervals and such. The stuff for the inferential, you won't be able to do till the very end anyway. That's when we've learned it all. But I just wanted to give you an overview of what we're going to be doing. Read through the details. I'm just giving you a quick overview here, but it's important to read through those details and start working on it. You don't need to wait till the very last minute. You start working on it now. You have all the only time that I give you that I basically say, let's start, is when you have the ability and the knowledge from what we've learned so far to be able to do it. That's why the inferential isn't till the very end. We don't learn that until we start learning it here on the 21st. So good luck. If you have any questions, always come ask me, never be shy, and have fun with it.